Alright, so I've thought about the deal on the Defender and I'll take it. Alrighty. Alright, let's go park this beast. Whew, long day, not gonna lie. What is going on, guys? Vuxury here. In today's video, we will not be reviewing one, but we will be reviewing 3 Land Rover Defenders. First, I want to give a major shout out to ItsMistzy and Kade for helping me with the starter cinematics of this video. And yeah, we have 3 trims with us today, with the highest trim being the black 4-door being the Preserver 110. This has a V8. And the one in the middle is the mid trim. It is a 2-door, as you can see. And this is the Preserver 90G, and it has a V6 engine. And then lastly, we have the slightly above base model 4-door, and it's the Preserver 110 G Vital. It has a V6 engine. This is the one that we'll be starting the video off with, so let's get straight into it. Alrighty, so as you see, this is your typical Land Rover Defender. This is probably the one you'll see in real life compared to these other ones because those are more expensive. But yeah, this one's slightly above base model, but it is not the base model. So we are gonna compare. We're gonna compare a few things overall, but right now it's just about the review. So here's the front view. You have the silver around the bumper, you have the silver grille and such. All of these pretty much have the silver, but you have these 5-spoke alloy wheels. You have the side reflector that comes on with the lights. And overall, this gray color is also really nice. You have the gray back here. And if I go into free cam, you can see we have those tiny 2 exhausts in there with the muffler. So yeah, let's get into it, listen to the startup, etc. As you heard by the startup, it's very subtle since this is a V6 model. Compared to other trims, it might be a little bit more crazier. Now, this trim, you have the DRLs on the side right here, this 2 dots right there, and you have these 2 dots right here. Let's go over lighting. So as you see, lights, see what Kade did on this vehicle, he switched it up with the lighting. Usually they use a decal for this, but this is kind of a neon type look. Usually they do this for DRLs only. As you see, the lights kind of look like the DRLs, but overall it makes it look more realistic, so this looks really good on the vehicle. See how the lights are in the back, as you see, completely neon. It seems like Greenville's ditched those old decal looks for LEDs. Press on the brakes. As you see, not only do these 2 lights come on, you also have these lights on the side that come on too. They're full LED, so it really illuminates off the garage. Go over to turn signals. As you see, all lights come on for the turn signals also. Then you come to the front, the DRLs actually turn off and become the turn signals. Really cool detail, and overall it's really nice. You have turn signals on the mirrors, and there's that reflector that I was talking about. So now let's take it for a drive. So this is the V6 model, so it will not be the fastest model available in this vehicle, but let's go for a drive. So this is your casual day-to-day Land Rover Defender. This isn't nothing crazy, but overall this thing looks really nice. You have those turn signals, so let's take a casual drive. This isn't really a fast guy type of car, and you notice, so yeah, even though it's not like a fast guy type of car, you can see that it's still really fast. So as you can see, it's kind of nice. It has a little bit of a suspension flex if you go into a proper ditch. We can actually test that right here. So as you can see, when we do like that, it kind of has a little bit of suspension flex right there, as you see. So it has working suspension, which is a really good detail about this vehicle overall. But now we're going to do a top speed test. All right, let's do this. All right, as you can see, the thing is not slow at all. That was about 5.5 seconds to 60. I wasn't actually calculating it, but you get the point. Now this will alter the acceleration going uphill like this, but top speed's 145 miles per hour. Brake test will not be accurate as I'm pretty sure it's forced to instant braking, or the braking just isn't accurate. But yeah, let's go back and review the next trim. Moving on, we are now on the mid trim. This is the Preserver 90G. This one has a V6 engine, but awkwardly it is a two-door. I'm pretty sure this comes in a four-door, but for review purposes I wanted a two-door as I like my quirks and features. Starting off, there's some changes that you might notice over the gray one. So right away you might notice that there are orange calipers. Not only that, this one's actually two-tone. So as you can see, the grille, the hood, and even the roof are blacked out. You come back here, it's looking slightly different with the colors. This one actually has a tire cover, that one doesn't at all. Another thing you might notice, the tail lights are actually have a black surrounding, and these are just red. So overall there's a few changes, nothing major really, but overall it's just really nice. Let's check out the exhaust. So if we come over here, same exhaust, this one just has a blacked out exhaust, black like me. And yeah, since this is the two-door, it doesn't have this pillar with the logo on it. It's just a big fat window, fat like me. Also, of course, the detail you obviously notice right away is that it has different wheels. They're a different 5-spoke design. These look more higher quality, I guess you can say. But yeah, let's get into the vehicle. As you heard, same startup as this also has a V6 motor, but one thing that you may have noticed, these two squares are no longer the only DRLs on the higher trims. So as you can see, we have the double DRL design going on, which means that this DRL actually turns off when you hit on the turn signal. So let's do the right turn signal. As you see, the full DRLs turn off, turn that off, and they come back on. So same thing applies for turn signals. If you don't want to have your DRLs on, turn signals, boom. Come to the rear, same lighting setup as it's the same vehicle. Brakes, lights, as you see, same neon look. This one, so it's a two-door, so it looks a little bit more awkward, I guess you can say. So this one will actually do the proper suspension test as I meant to do that on the last one. So right here we actually have a ditch, so we can just test that suspension flex. As you can see, we're on 3 wheels almost. So yeah, this has some really good suspension flex. Kade obviously modeled suspension. And keep in mind, that's not me pressing the gas, it's just trying to push itself out. But yeah, this thing has working suspension, so if you're curious about that, yes. Now this one does seem quite a bit quicker than the other one, so let's go ahead and try it. Yeah, so this one also accelerates pretty quick. We're gonna see how fast we can really push in this thing though. Let's go, keep going. Top speed is the same, 145 miles per hour. In real life you would notice a huge difference because there would be upgrades in the interior and such, and overall it's a two-door and you're just getting better features with this model. So overall this is a nice one if you want the mid trim. I'm pretty sure this one also comes in a four-door, so if you don't want the highest trim, which I actually recommend, then yeah, you can go for this mid trim in a four-door. I wouldn't recommend a two-door as it looks a little bit weird and it's giving Bronco vibes. But yeah, moving on to the last one. Alrighty, finally, my favorite trim of the Defender. This is the highest power trim coming in with a black 4-door, and it is the Preserver 110 V8. As you heard me, this one has a V8. This one has a lot of upgrades compared to the other two. As you see, you have the nicest wheels on this. You have blue calipers. You have this nice black paint job. The wheels just look nice overall. Blacked out, this thing is just sick. So you have the black housing, everything. Basically, this is the top of the line one. This is the one you want to get if you want the highest trim Defender. So the thing is, Kade and ItsMistzy actually just hopped out of this vehicle. I didn't even know they were in here. They're actually in this black one right now. No clue. So yeah, you can't see them, but they are in here. As you heard, this thing has a V8. So this thing does scream, and it's also the fastest one, as you can look at my dash. So as you see, the DRLs are the same as the mid-tier one. Turn signals also the same pretty much. And overall, this is just the nicest one to have. Alright, so let's take it for a drive. Let's actually reverse out. As you know, this is the one I quote-unquote bought today. So let's be a little bit more careful. So as you can hear, it has the similar V8 sound to the GLS 63 in Greenville. As you can see, this is also the fastest one. It has a lot of gears, as you can see. So off the rip, we're just gonna do a launch. So yeah, this actually has manual mode, which I didn't notice. All right, perfect. So one thing that I really like about this vehicle, it actually kind of has that proper squat that some Greenville cars are missing. I'm glad that detail is actually implemented. So you see, this one has the highest top speed of 155 miles per hour, which may or may not be speed limited, but we will never know. So yeah, this is overall the most fun model, and yeah, nothing much to it. Alrighty y'all, so this will conclude our review. Once again, shout out to Kade, who is on my left, and shout out to ItsMistzy, who's on my right, for your view at least. So yeah, Kade and ItsMistzy actually helped me with the cinematics when we were at the house and such. Kade helped with the dealership stuff, and Kade of course modeled this vehicle. ItsMistzy helped me with the mid-trim one when I was getting the cinematic. He had the wheel turn and such. So yeah, overall this has been a very good review, and I would highly recommend that you buy this Defender once it gets released into Greenville. They're all fun vehicles, and yeah, this has been Vuxury, and I am out.